Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Crossing Home this morning from Oklahoma City. It's the first tournament weekend for us as we go out and play. Wanted to bring you a message this morning from the hotel. I've been all over the hotel this morning. It's a little noisy, so I ended up coming back to my room. I'll start us off with Matthew 6:33, and it says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and his righteousness shall be given unto you." So sometimes I talk about my playing career and some of the things that have happened during the career that I had. And oftentimes I've mentioned how my career has had peaks and valleys, just like anybody else's life. The first 2 years of college were pretty great for me as far as spiritually and following and leading in the footsteps of God. And the last two, getting into my professional career, kind of were the valleys for me spiritually. And as we go on this walk, and we've mentioned this before, but I think it's so important, especially starting with Matthew 6:33 this morning, is to seek the kingdom of God and seek it every day, every hour of every day. And we may have some stumbles and we may have some falls, but that's part of the grace and the mercy of what God has. And so what I want to talk about this morning is not giving God your full heart. And we talk that God has given each of us a talent. Every one of us has a different one, and I have mentioned several times before that mine was baseball. But how do we seek the kingdom first? And a couple notes that I wanted to illustrate to you today was if we're seeking God, there's no worry and there's no anxiety, and we cannot conform to the world. And so throughout my career, like I mentioned before, the first 2 years I was seeking God first. I was seeking God first in everything that I did, and using my talents to glorify God. And as I moved later into my career, I started seeking what the world had to offer more than seeking God first. And that becomes a problem when you're using your talents. And so inevitably what I ended up doing was more self-serving than serving God that had given talents to me to play a sport to glorify Him. I want to read to you Romans 12:2, and it says, "Do not be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and the perfect will of God." So if we're walking in our calling and we're walking in the perfect will of God, we're not conforming to the world, and we're not bringing in what the world has to offer. We're seeking God first in everything that we do, so that it lines up with His word and His will for our lives. Guys, thanks for joining a short one today, but I hope you have a great day and you go out and you play for Jesus. Use your talents to glorify Him in everything that you do, whether it's on the ball field, whether it's in a show ring, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's on spring break. It doesn't matter. Glorify God in everything that you do. We want to let you know that we love you, and we'll see you down the road.